today is kind of like a bit of like one of my passions, right? Is to talk about the rib cage. It sounds like a crazy thing to say as far as passions go, but we're going to be focusing a little bit on the rib cage to start off with. All right. So, guys, we're going to actually start in standing this morning. Without the band just initially, because I want you to just feel a couple things out. Um, and please, honestly, feel free to unmute yourselves, ask questions if you want to ask questions, really. Um, and if you want like a little bit of a visual in terms of the rib cage, we have Mr. Bones here, okay? But the best way to get to know your rib cage is to actually just feel it on yourself. So what I want you guys to do is take a nice wide stance, but comfy. I don't want you to like think middle splits here, like just comfy, a little bit of external rotation through your feet. So left foot at about 10 o'clock, right foot at about 2 o'clock. And then if you want a soft bend into your knees, that's totally fine. Okay, I'm going to do that because I'm a little bit of a hyperextender. Lengthen through your tail. Okay. All right, and then I want you to pop your hands onto your rib cage. So we have 12 ribs, and these lower ones here that you feel on the left and the right side of your body, they move quite a lot. They're like the most mobile ribs because they float a little bit. Some of them are floating, some of them are connected to other cartilage. So we're gonna just grab a hold of the side of the rib cage here. Take a nice big inhale for me. You can even close your eyes if you like, and I just want you to feel the ribs expand. And take an exhale. Feel the ribs draw kind of inwards towards, I guess, where your internal organs would be. Let's take about 5 more breaths like this. So inhale. You should feel a lateral expansion, so the ribs kind of pushing your hands left and right. And then on your exhale, you should kind of feel the ribs draw inwards, as if there was a string from the center of your body pulling the ribs towards one another. 3 more breaths. Take a big inhale. And a nice big exhale. I always end up closing my eyes with breath work, so excuse me that I'm not watching you right now. Beautiful. All right, now just soften through the shoulders for me. Roll the shoulders back and down. Tuck the chin and lengthen through the crown. Good. And then take a little bit of a deeper bend into the knees. So we're going to come into a little bit of like a plie. If your legs get tired, then you just come out of it. Cool. All right, now from here, we're going to start to tip the rib cage over to one side. So I'm going to do a little side bend over to the right, and then side bend over to the left. Good. You guys keep going. I'm going to take a little bit of a liberty to add a visual here. So I don't know if you can see what I've got in my hands. Imagine this was like a little Easter egg, right? The bottom thing is your pelvis, top thing is your rib cage. So pelvis is staying steady, rib cage is tipping from side to side. So try not to move your pelvis. Yes, very nice. Let's go for about 6. Really opening one side. And 5. It's kind of like one of those hollow Easter eggs, if you had to like break the top part of an Easter egg off of the bottom, it's exactly the same kind of thing. 2. Good. And 1. Now come to center. Pelvis stays steady, lengthen through the tail. Now see if you can flex forward. Imagine you were doing a crunch. Good. And then a little bit of extension back. Nice. So the front of the ribs closes down towards the pelvis. Good. Front of the rib cage opens up in relation to the pelvis at the front. Indeed. Flexion and extension. 4 more. 3. 2. 1. Come to center, rib cage perched directly on top of the pelvis. Now this is a bit of a weird one. It's called translation. Move the ribs to the side. Yes. Pelvis is not moving. Nice, Anita. Awesome. Can you go for 8? Make sure your big toes are pressing into the floor. 7. 6. Good. 5, 4, 3. Yes, I love there's a little bit of attitude here. 2, 1. Now try to stay low in the legs. You're going to draw a circle. Yes. So feel it out. Keep the tailbone long. Exactly. 3. We're going to reverse direction just so you know. 2. Nice. 1. Try reverse it and let's go for 6. Beautiful. 5. Keep the pelvis steady. 4. Nice. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Great job, guys. So that's literally how the rib cage can move in relation to the pelvis, and we're going to come back to that a little bit later on. Okay, so grab your TheraBand, still in standing. In general, we want to keep a rib cage to pelvis connection in the sense that we're not going to let that opening at the front happen, okay? So I usually put one hand on my tummy just to feel that I'm not doing that for myself. Got quite a nice little bit of resistance on the band going. Legs are in the same position. I'm going to bend down into my right knee, let the slack come into the band, and then I'm going to push the floor away, keep my ribs closed, and open up. Pulling into the band to the top there. Good. And I'm not back bending here. Slowly come down. Nice. I like to exhale and pull because that helps me keep my rib cage to pelvis connection. Your spine extends slightly on an inhale naturally. So the exhale is great if you want to feel that little bit extra core work, really. Nice. That looks really nice. Gabby, maybe just widen your stance a little bit. So yeah, exactly. So give yourself a little bit more space to come down. Nice. As you come down into that little lateral lunge, I want you to think about sending your bum back, almost as if your tail was going to touch the wall behind you. Awesome. Let's say like 4 more. My counting is going to be bad today, guys. Like Easter Monday, long weekend counting. Last 3. Beautiful. And 2. Good. Last one. Hold the arm up, please, if you can. Now, ribcage to pelvis connection is important here. Keep that tail long and see if you can draw a slow circle with the resistance of the band. Down, forward in front of you, up and around. Take it back to where you started and then come down into a lateral lunge. So the lateral here is a rest for your arm, work for the leg. We come up and again circle, but keep those ribs closed. Find your center. Find the back of your shoulder. Good. And down. That's it. Let's go for about 3 more of these, nice and slow. The arm should already be burning. If your shoulder is really struggling, you just reduce the tension on your band, okay? Nice. Last time. And keep those ribs closed at the front. The rib cage to pelvis connection. Nice. Now hold that arm up if you can. I'm going to bend my elbow and take my hand behind my back. Yes. Good. Got it? Really nice. We're going to bend into our knees, come back into that sumo squat. Close the ribs at the front, but we're now going to side bend and then come back to center. I find for me, my hand at the back of my body, I want to have it like literally between my 2 shoulder blades. So the hand that's holding onto the band behind you, try and get it between your 2 shoulder blades. Good. Now the weight in your feet, can I ask you to try and find your pinky toes and root down through them as well, so you're not just dumping down into the it's called the medial arch, the inside of your foot. Okay, hold on for me, 2 more. Yes. Last time. Pull through center, hold it here. Close those ribs, guys. Last little move, we're going to tricep extend. Try and straighten out that top arm. Nice. Gabs, your hair is like, well done. You're just like pushing through. Awesome. Try and keep your elbow at a constant position. So I'm not like letting my arm go up and down. I'm keeping it at a constant position and just bending and extending. If you feel you can add on to this, down, up, down, yes, up. And find those pinky toes. Push the pinky toes into the ground. You've got 6. 5. Nice. Find your bum. 4. Bum is going to help you pull those knees east and west from one another. 3. 2. And last 1. So good. We unravel. And we're going to take it to the other side. So one side should be like, whoa. That was my dominant side, so wish me luck. Okay. Other side. Ready? Nice, Miriam. It's time to take it off there. That's a good sign. All right. So anchor it down. Get your foot positioning feeling nice and good. We're coming into the lateral lunge first. Okay, so my first movement is to think about sending my bum back, and as a result, my knee will bend. And then I'm going to press down through the floor, come up, pull, keeping the rib cage to pelvis connection, slowly coming down. Yeah, nice, Gabby, well done. So as you come up, your lower back is really going to want to arch to take you into that little bit of opening of the front line of your body. That's it. Beautiful. Really nice. Pinky fingers kind of leading the way as you pull. Let's go for 5. Slowly down. Pressing through the whole of that left foot to lift yourself out of the lateral. 3. 2 before we add in the circle to the lateral. Okay, you ready? Okay, we hold the arm at the top. Okay, and then you're going to slowly let it come down. You should still feel quite a nice bit of resistance. Circle all the way around. Maybe the resistance kind of goes away for a second. Come up, back to where you've kind of started, and then down into the lateral. If you feel like you need more resistance, wrap your hand around the band again. If you need less resistance, you know what to do. Nice. Slowly down. Really great. So as I pull, I am allowing a little bit of elevation of the shoulder towards my ear. I'm not kind of compressing my shoulder blade down. I want to let my shoulder blade move in a circle as my hand moves in a circle. So visualize the shoulder blade moving, not being stuck. Okay? 3. So that right shoulder blade is moving along your back body. 2. Nice. Nice little click there in my shoulder. Last one. We're going to stay up after this last lateral, just so you know. So take it down one more time into the lateral lunge. We're going to pull that arm up and we're going to hold it up. Nice. Okay, so this is the moment where I'm going to take my arm behind my back. You can rest the back of your skull on your wrist. Let the wrist travel down your back just a little more. Nice. Okay, bend the knees east and west. Think a little bit more pubic bone to navel here. And bum is going to help me pull my knees apart. So glutes are active. Right, and then I'm going to pull, we're going this way now. Wait, this way. And then back to center. Nice. So the direction that you're side bending into should create a little bit of extra resistance on the band. Good. Let's go for about 6. And pull. And 5. Nice. Pinky toe contact is quite important here. We don't want to dump down into the inside arch of the foot. Inside arch of the foot is lifted. 3. Beautiful. 2. Find the movement just at the rib cage. Everything else just comes along for the ride. That's it. Last one. Hold at center. See if you can get a little lower into those legs. Press all 10 toes into the floor. And we're going to tricep extend. Pull. And release. Good. Pull. And release. The release is super slow. So I'm not just letting the band recoil me. Nice. Okay, now if you want it, we can come deeper down as we pull and come up. Nice. Down. As you come up, tone through the glutes. Squeeze your bum as you come up. Nice. Can we go for 5? Beautiful. 4. If your stance feels too wide or too narrow, just adjust it. 3. And 2. And last time. Pull and release, and we're going to unravel. Whew, well done. Nice job, guys. Shake it out. Amazing. So we're going to bring our feet back to kind of where we were before, maybe not as wide. If you like a micro bend, that's cool. And a little bit of a length through the tailbone, kind of as usual, right? I'm going to take my arms overhead. So I'm just holding the band like this. And then I'm going to take my arms overhead. Nice. And then I'm going to come up and over towards the left. Okay, so if you want to straighten the legs, that's fine. If you want to narrow your stance, that's fine. Top arm reaches up, bottom arm pulls down. Take a really big inhale into your right side. Exhale to slowly bring yourself back through center. Other side. And pull. Think about keeping the front of your abs, that front rib cage to pelvis connection nice and strong. Slowly bring it back through center. So pelvis is a stable platform for your rib cage to seesaw side to side on top of. As you come through center, lengthen through the crown of your head and give yourself a little bit of a double chin, so tucking the chin back towards the throat. Very nice. Let's go for, we want to be even here, so let's go for 6. Probably said that about 6 ago. Sometimes you just need a little more. And 5. Think about energy really reaching up through the top arm, energy really pulling down through the bottom arm. So shoulder blades are doing opposite things. Top arm's shoulder blade is reaching up, bottom arm's shoulder blade is squeezing down. And 3. Really, really reach. Imagine the top arm was hanging from a cliff. The rest of your body was dangling down. 2. That's it. Maybe you'll start to feel your obliques and your serratus anterior fire muscles along the side of your body. And bring it back to center. Now arms are going to float forward. Feet are going to come a little bit more parallel. I'm going to come down into a little squat. And then back up. Pull the band apart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together towards the back body. Okay? So coming down. Coming up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together towards the midline. Good. Now, as you squeeze those shoulder blades together and pull into the band, close the rib cage to pelvis connection at the front. Inhale to come down. And exhale, shoo. Abs contract as we pull. Inhale, come down. Exhale to pull. So good. Maybe we can add on here. Coming down. Pull. Shh. Lift one leg off the ground. Balance. Nice. Back into the squat. Down. Other side. Shh. So good. And take it slow, nice and easy at your own pace. I want you to catch it. That's it. Let's go for 6. Exhale to pull. And 5. Nice. And 4. You want to think and visualize muscles between the shoulder blades doing that pulling action. You might feel a little bit of neck. 2. Last time. And pull. Beautiful. Take it down. Take a little break. Shake out the shoulders. You guys okay? Nice. Yeah, nice, Anita. That's a good sign. Anita's jumper's come off. Okay, so we were kind of coming down, pulling, lifting one leg up to the front. What I want to see if we can maybe do is come down, lift, out to the side, and back. Okay, so we're going to alternate. Instead of bringing the leg up to the front and balancing, we're going to see if we can squat, lift, pull out to the side, hold, and then come back, down, up. Oh, and by the way, sorry, slight change of arm hold, under grip if you can. So previously I think we were all over gripping, which is fine. Let's just change. Yeah? Cool. Ready? Let's go. All right, so squatteroonie, come down. I'm going to take my weights into my left foot. Pull. Nice. Think about the lower part of the shoulder blades drawing towards the midline. Back through center. Down. Up. Pull. Close the front line. Nice. And down. Up. Pull. Good. Let's go for 6. Your favorite. Hey, Alyssa. Exactly. 5 to go. Nice. So as you pull, keep the ribs closed at the front. Much better. Last 2. Okay, don't hate me. Last one we're going to try and hold, okay? Down, up, pull, and we're going to bring the arms together, tap the foot down, and pull. Just 5. 4. Don't let that upper body tip over to the side. Crown of the head stays on top of the pelvis. There we go. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Shaky, shaky. Straight if it's the other side. Let's just get it done. Ready? Close it at the front though, guys. And 5, 4. Close those ribs. Find your center as you pull. 3, 2, and last time. Pull and release. Well done, everyone. Okay, we're going to come onto our back now, okay, which is great. So a little bit of lying down. So if you need to adjust your camera or anything like that, please do. Nice. So you should be kind of warm, hopefully. And your arms should be most definitely awake. All right, so we're lying on our back. And just for now, we're going to hold in an overgrip on the band with the hands reaching up towards the sky. I'm going to take a big inhale. As I inhale, my tummy, my ribs, everything's going to expand. As I exhale, I want to think about the ribs melting through the floor behind me. Let's take 4 breaths like that together. So big inhale, feel the ribs expand. Big exhale, feel the ribs draw down through the floor. 2 more breaths. Good. Big inhale, feel the ribs expand. Try and soften through the neck and shoulders. Exhale. Think about maybe even drawing belly to spine. Last breath. Big inhale. Exhale, draw the ribs down. Good. We're going to add a little bit of movement on. So it's an inhale, hold the hands steady. It's an exhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead as we draw the ribs down. Pull into the resistance of the band. Bring the hands back together. They're still alongside your ears here. And then float them up to the sky. Okay, so it's an inhale to prepare. Exhale, arms go overhead so they're in line with my ears. I'm going to pull into the resistance of the band. I'm going to release the tension on the band. And then let the arms float up towards the sky. Okay, let's go for 2 more like that. If the breathing is like, whoa, what the hell, like this is so confusing, please just ignore it and take your own breath. And just cue the exhale as the arms come overhead because that's helpful for the depression of the ribs. Okay, but don't let that kind of mess with your vibe this morning. All right, adding a little bit on here. Let's take the left leg into tabletop position. My lower back is in neutral. I'm going to stretch my arms overhead, reach my left leg forward, pull into the resistance of the band, bring the hands back together, and bring the knee back in. Okay, can we do a couple of them? So reach the arms back overhead, pull into the resistance of the band, bring it back to center, all the while keeping a neutral in the spine. So it seems pretty innocuous, but I want you to keep tabs on that right butt cheek, okay? Right butt cheek is going to stay super glued to the ground as you move. So will right shoulder blade. So will the right foot. Okay, if this is feeling pretty doable for you today, then maybe you can continue with your right knee suspended into tabletop. So everything else remains the same, but now we're just hovering that right leg into tabletop as the left leg moves and as the arms move. Let's go for 8. So you really got to keep tabs on your neutral. Keep tabs on the ribs. Keep tabs on that right butt cheek staying glued to the ground. You can hear my abs working as I vibrate when I talk. Just watch for me, guys, that you don't start to let your chin poke forward. We want to keep the back of the neck really long. That's going to help us to maintain neutral in the lower back. Okay. Last 3. It's looking awesome, guys. 2. Let's go for last one on this side and pull. Super good. Let's take both feet to the ground. You can bring your hands down for a moment and just take a windscreen wipe of the knees for a sec. We're going to repeat that all the way from the beginning on the other side as well. Okay, so take as long as you need to really feel out your stability through your spine as you add those extra little elements on and on and on, okay? So let's find our neutral. Let's reach our arms up towards the sky. Once you've done that, guys, I still want you to be able to feel both of your shoulder blades on the ground behind you. So you're not reaching up so much that you lose contact with the back of the shoulders on the mat. So allow the collarbones to be broad at the front and the shoulder blades to be heavy into the floor behind you. Okay, back of the neck long, chin tucked, soft through the jaw. And let's lift that right leg straight up into tabletop position. Inhale to prepare. It's an exhale to reach long and pull into the resistance. And then an inhale to bring you back through center. Nice long and slow breaths if that's available to you today. Nice. Once you feel like you've got the groove here, have a little bit of a mental kind of focus in on that left bum cheek, that left pelvic half. Keep it nice and glued, especially when you reach long in opposition. Okay, left foot stays glued to the floor. All 5 toes of the left foot on the ground. And the left knee is pointing straight up towards the sky. That's it, guys. 2 more of these, and then we'll have the option of hovering left foot. Check in with that neutral spine, okay? Right, when you're ready, and if you want to, you lift that left leg into tabletop, knee above the hip, and we continue. Exhaling to go long. Inhaling to come through center. Exhaling to go really long. As I think about that exhale and reach, I also want to think about drawing my ribs into the floor, keeping the back of my neck long. Got about 5 more here, if you've got the juice in the tank. And 3. Almost there. Nice and neutral for 2. Absolute last one of these. And then let's pop the feet to the ground, take a little windscreen wipe. So I'm hoping that, guys, wasn't like the most intense ab work you've ever done ever, but quite a nice little amount of awareness of all those bits and pieces in your body that we were talking about. Okay, cool. So if your neck hates flexion, then just, do a couple of these and then take a break, see how it feels today. But I just want to take a moment to talk about neck positioning before we come into flexion. Before I come up into a crunch, especially if my hands are not behind my head, I need to tuck my chin towards my throat first. And then, once I've tucked my chin towards my throat, then I need to think abs. Abs are doing the lifting. Because I see it every day. There's this moment where the neck does this kind of contraction thing and we like whiplash ourselves forward. I used to do it as well, but try your best. First, tuck your chin towards your throat and then consciously think about where you want to lift from. I'm going to lift from my stomach, from my abs. And as I come up into this crunch moment, I'm looking at my belly button. Because if I look here, my neck flexors are going to engage against gravity. So I need to tuck my chin down. Okay, so can we just do you want to practice that once? I just want to take a look at you. Without supporting your head with your hands, let's tuck the chin towards the throat. Yes, exactly. And you're looking down at your belly. Perfect. And then slowly come back down. It's a conscious thing for me every time. Otherwise, my neck wants to be my core. Okay? So if you're happy with that, we're going to take one leg into tabletop, other leg into tabletop, and I've got a hold on the band. I'm reaching the band up towards the sky in an over grip, so the way we were gripping it previously. Nice. So from here, I'm going to take an inhale. I'm going to tuck my chin towards my throat. I'm going to think about my abs, and I'm going to use them to come up into flexion, trying to get both of my shoulder blades off of the mat. Okay, once I'm here, I'm going to put the band over my shins, and then I'm going to try and pull down with both arms, thinking about the back of my shoulders helping me. I'm going to release that tension, and then I'm going to slowly come back down. My head's going to touch the floor. So we're going to try about 6 to 8 of these. Let's inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin towards your throat. Think about your abs, come up into flexion. You can pause for an inhale. Exhale, pull down into the resistance over the shins. Yes. Release the resistance slowly and then take your head back down. Keep on going. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Find your abs. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pull down over the shins. Nice. Squeeze the shoulder blades down into the floor. And then slowly take the resistance away. Come back down. 6 to go. Inhale. Exhale, chin to throat. Think about your abs. Come up. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Squeeze those shoulder blades down. Nice. Release resistance. Take it back. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, tuck chin. Abs bring you up. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Squeeze the shoulder blades into the floor. Slowly down. 2 to go. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin. Abs bring you up. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Good. Slowly release. Come back down. Last time, guys, we're going to try hold at the top for a little longer. Inhale. Exhale, tuck chin. Abs bring you up. Inhale, pause. Exhale, guys, we're going to pulse down on that band. It's pulse for 10. Pull. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Belly to spine. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Hoo, 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 hoo. Did you guys feel that? I hope so. Have you got a little bit of ab love? From me to you. Okay, well done, everybody. Really, really strong. Let's take the band on top of our right foot. So just a little bit of stretchy vibes coming your way now. So band is on top of your right foot. For me, I like to extend my left leg along the mat, but some people, if you struggle with lower back pain, that can be really uncomfortable. So just, you can extend the leg, you can bend the leg, that's fine. Okay? Reach your right heel up towards the sky. And think about drawing the top of your right foot back towards your shin. Okay, so your toes come back towards your shin, the top of your foot comes back towards your shin. Just take a couple moments to breathe here for me. And if it's possible for you, can you take your tongue and put it onto the roof of your mouth? So that helps to open up the airways just a little bit more, and it also, strangely enough, the tongue is linked to our parasympathetic nervous system, so it helps us to actually go a little bit from fight or flight into rest and digest, can you believe? Let's try and open up the collarbones and relax the back of the shoulder blades into the floor. Closing down the eyes. Feel free to breathe through the nose here, so inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. It's quite nice, that Ujjayi yogic style breath. On every exhale, see if you can slowly start to bring your right leg a smidgen deeper into that hamstring stretch that you've created. So bringing your leg closer towards your body, maybe even half a centimeter, half a millimeter on every exhale. Let's take 2 more breaths here like this. And last breath. Just see where your leg has ended up. Just check that you haven't lost that flex into your foot. So see if you can reach the heel up towards the sky even more now, maybe feeling that intense stretch over the calf. And then you're going to start to draw a little circle with the heel of your right foot on the ceiling, maybe about the size of a cake plate. I've been eating a lot of cake this weekend. Got cake on the mind, yo. Alyssa hates it when I say yo. Sorry, Alyssa. Let's go for 3 more little circles. 2, 1, and then we're going to reverse our direction. So the circle is coming from the ball and socket joints of your hip. The pelvis should stay relatively steady on the ground as you move your femur, your thigh bone, in that hip socket. 2, well done. So from here, we're going to take both ends of the band into our right hand, so same arm, same leg, and I'm going to open my right leg out to the right hand side. I've got a wall next to me, so I'm just going to move my body a little bit over to the side, and I want to get an inner thigh stretch here. If you're particularly bendy and you're not really feeling all that much, you can take your grip of the band closer towards your foot and then try and almost think about bringing the big toe of your right foot onto your right earlobe. So you're thinking about going up. Nice, Anita, yes. Beautiful, Miriam. Well done, guys. Root down through that left hip. And then, guys, we're going to draw teeny tiny little circles here over onto this right hand side. So you might find the arm kind of directs the movement. Going for 5, 4. Keep rooting down through the left butt cheek. 3. Try and keep the flex in the foot. 2. And 1. Now, from here, we're going to take our leg completely over to the opposite side. So I'm going to let my right leg come over and across to my left, whilst keeping my right bum cheek relatively glued to the floor. Yes, exactly. So, I mean, it's kind of impossible for the whole of my right hip to be on the ground right now, but I'm thinking about grounding it down, reaching the leg over and across. For some of you, this might be super intense. If it is, just hang out here. If it's not that intense for you, flex your foot, reach the heel forward, so energy coming out through the heel. And then think about turning the sole of your foot towards the ground. So almost, sounds like a terrible thing to say, but almost as if you were trying to roll your ankle in space. So turn the sole of your foot towards the ground, flex into the foot at the same time. And then see if you can lift your leg higher. So pull up on the band as if you're trying to get that big toe onto your left earlobe now. That looks good, guys. If you feel like you want to add in circles or any other movement here right now, please feel free to just listen to your body. Just take a moment to check in with where your tongue is at, where your jaw is at, if you're clenching, and try and soften all those areas. Let's take 3 more big deep breaths here. Energy going back into the floor and energy reaching out through the heel. And then slowly bring your leg back through center. Let's just swap it directly over to the other side. So left foot's into the band, right foot down. And again, same kind of idea. If you want to straighten the right leg, that's totally up to you. Reach the heel of the left foot up towards the sky. Bring the toes back towards the shin. Take a really big inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to try and soften the leg a little closer in towards our body, lengthening through the back of the left leg. Doing this through an intention of softening, of relaxing, of letting go. Last 2 breaths here, thinking about exhaling into a little bit of a deeper stretch, or even just a little bit of a deeper level of comfort in the stretch. Slowly starting to draw a little circle, cake plate sized circles with the heel on the sky. Nice. Going for 3 more in this direction. Two, 1, and we reverse direction. Good, going for 3 and 2 and 1. taking both ends of the band into your left hand. Take the left leg out to the left, inner thigh stretch here, pressing the right hip nice and firmly into the floor. Think about energy coming out through the left heel. Draw the toes of the left foot back towards the shin. Reach out through the inner thigh. If you want that little bit more here, take your grip closer to your foot and pull your leg up towards your earlobe. Once you've found your position, I still would love you to be able to breathe nice and deeply into your belly. Last 2 breaths here. On your next exhale, take your leg over and across your body. So we're coming to the outer thigh stretch. Relatively keeping that left hip on the ground. It's impossible to keep the whole pelvic half down, but you are rooting at least through that part of the sacrum. Beautiful. The side might be super intense for you. One side is always different to the other. If you want that extra little bit here, flex into the foot. So you're thinking energy out through the heel, and then think about turning the sole of the foot towards the floor. You can add a teeny little bit on here as well by pulling up on the band with that right hand, almost like a little bicep curl through the right arm, bringing the toes of the left foot towards the right ear. Taking 3 more breaths here, guys. Beautiful. Adding in, if you feel like you want to draw a little circle, if you feel like you need to do anything else on this side, please do. Taking 1 last breath. And then slowly bring your leg back to center. Let's get rid of the band for a moment and just extend that left leg out on the ground. If you are going for 2 extended legs, or you can bend the knees if you need to. I just want you to shake out your legs on the ground in front of you. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Take a couple moments here. And then we're just going to slide our heels towards our bum, hug our knees in towards our chest. Take a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to bring our forehead up towards our knees, turning into a teeny tiny little ball. Roll yourself up into seated. And my friends, we are now, I already went 5 minutes over, so thank you so much for staying with me. Really, really appreciate you coming onto the mat with me today. If you feel like you need more time to chill, please take more time on your mat if you feel like your body needs that, maybe a shavasana or something. But otherwise, thank you so much, and just have a wonderful Monday.